Hello there, and welcome back to another episode of City Sim Builds. And today we're picking back off here in Two Rivers County. And what we did last time is we focused in on improving this diamond interchange, and it looks a lot better if you ask me. And it definitely looks more realistic with the filled in earth, the graded ramps and everything. I think later on I could probably make a few more adjustments here, but I think for the time being I'm going to leave that alone. The other thing we did was we came over here and modified some of our parks. We added a few more amenities and shaped out the terrain a little bit more so it's a little bit more gentle. We added like this bouncy house and this botanical garden and an extra tennis court, which is a personal favorite of mine. And then additionally, we added in our second park over here, this one here. And we added this nice congregation area where you have plenty of benches for seating and you have this nice well that just looks very fabulous here. That just looks amazing here. I really like this asset, even though it's a vanilla one. But you have like great views down here to the river and lots of trees and everything looks nice here. So in today's episode, what I want to focus in on is a new industry area, which is going to go in right over here. And this is going to be a oil industry. So coming in over here and you take a look, we have a nice area of oil deposit. So I'm going to go ahead and paint the industry area that we're going to use for this. And I'm going to come out a little bit beyond the where the oil is deposited and come around like that and something like that. And then let's increase the brush size and we'll fill this in. And so what I'm thinking here is having a Briarwood Industrial Valley. Okay, we'll change that. If you have any thoughts about what you think this should be called, please leave a comment down below. Also, if you could do me a favor and subscribe to my channel and hit the like button, that would really help me out. All right, so I want to keep it kind of basic here for right now. So I'm going to just place a 2-lane road, and I think I'm going to do it somewhere in here. And let me make sure that we just have a nice flat road. So I'm going to leave it there. And then the other thing I want to do is create a new interchange right here. And I'm going to do the same thing that we did in the previous episode where I pre-grade and fill in the earth here so that we have some nice realistic connections and the interchange looks good. I'm thinking of doing a different kind of interchange on this one, maybe like a partial cloverleaf or a parclo as they're also called. I think that'd be a good interchange type for this location, especially in the future as we expand. And they also have like really good safety records and they're good for pedestrians and also really great for traffic flow as well. And before I get into actually building this interchange, I just realized that something over here with the diamond interchange we created yesterday might be a little off. When I went through and made some changes here with TMPE and the network multi-tool, I think I forgot to come back and restrict vehicles here, and I did. And that's because I had it there originally, and now we no longer need it. So with that, all we're going to allow here is freight, emergency vehicles, and trash as well. So I think that'll be good. And again, what that's going to do is that's going to force our single occupancy vehicles or passenger vehicles to use this main interchange and take the highway over here to get into our city of Rivertown. Okay, and coming back to this, I'm going to use some landscaping tools and pre-grade this area so that it makes sense in terms of what you would actually construct and what you would fill in terms of dirt and everything. So coming in and looking, we do have a grade issue here, and I think that'll be fine. We'll use the network multi-tool to come back and adjust the grades there, but let's get the height of the interchange here. Okay. And let's get the height of the interchange here set. So I'm going to come in and reduce our brush strength down, maybe increase the size of our brush, and let's see, let's line up with that and raise this up a little bit. Okay. Something about like that, and then we'll come back in and fill things in. So this I think is a little bit too high. So if we come in and take a look, yeah, this is definitely way too high. So somewhere along in here, we'll level things out. So I'm gonna grab, get our leveling tool, and I'm gonna grab this spot right about here, and then we'll shrink this down. Same thing on this side. Okay, just like that. All right, so let's come back in and take a look at our heights again. So I think that looks good. The only concern I have is maybe extending it a little bit on this side, because as you can see, we're going up a hill here, and trucks coming down, if this doesn't have adequate clearance, they could definitely hit that, the bottom of the bridge, and that would definitely be no good. So with that, I'm gonna come back over here and slip this back out and take a look, zoom out, take a look, and see if this is lining up well with our new roadway that we have planned for our oil industry, and it looks like it's good. So I want to go in and first, before I place the road, I'm gonna open the budget panel, of course. I always do that. Like the budget panel and the landscaping tool they're just so close to each other. But I'm gonna do some pre-grading here and come up and make a nice gentle slope up here like that. And actually what I might do, just because I can already tell this is gonna be a high grade situation, is I'm gonna come back and grab that height again and go back even further and start that sloping process further back and raise up that terrain nice and gently. And on this side, I think it'll be fine how it is. I'm gonna go ahead and just do this anyway and grade a little bit through here, because it's not as extreme of a grade situation, because looking at the contours, we're starting to flatten out and curve around. So I think that'll be just fine. So let's go ahead and place our road, and I'm gonna grab just our standard 2-lane road. And first we'll come back over here, grab our roadway, make sure, oh, too far out, excuse me. Make sure that we are, well, let's turn on our snap twos, make sure we're at 180 degrees. We'll come up to here. Then we're gonna force the bridge, place that, and then we're gonna go back to our normal mode and then come back down. And we'll come back down just a little bit, because I wanna eventually curve this around to where it makes sense. So I think I can actually extend it a little further. Okay, so let's take a look at that and see if we need to adjust any of the heights on the bridge. So it looks like we are a little low on this side. I might raise that up a little bit, and yeah, so let's get that fixed. All right, I think that's pretty good. I'm not gonna fiddle with that too much more. And wow, look at that view of the valley there. It looks really great. And what does it look like over here? It looks pretty good too. It's not as drastic as that, just like looking through the trees. I really like that. So I'm gonna come through here and I'm gonna go ahead and soften the terrain up a little bit, just so I think, it makes a little bit more sense. So we'll come in, do that, soften it up this way. Same thing on this side, especially. So it might increase the brush strength a little bit and increase the size. So we'll just pop it a little bit there, like that. Pop, pop. Okay, that looks looking pretty good. And same thing on this side. And we'll come back on this side and do the same thing. Okay, so for the partial cloverleaf, let's go ahead and get our highway ramps. So what I'm thinking looking at this is I'm gonna have our loop ramp come around like that, our on-ramp heading this way, and then gonna mirror it on this side. So the off-ramp coming southbound in this situation would curve around like that, and then our on-ramp would go like that. So let's go ahead and place that. I'm gonna start with I'll start with the on-ramp. So we're gonna come out to about, actually, no, I'm gonna start with, I changed my mind. I'm gonna start with the off-ramp. So, nope, not the parallel road tool. I'm gonna grab this and then turn on anarchy. See if we can make this work. So we'll curve this around, and with these, you do want to kind of meet up at an angle like that. And The reason for that is you really want to face the movement of traffic to go that way. So I'm going to adjust the height here of this node. I'm going to come in and see if I can grab it. There we go. And then I'm going to come here and... Oh, I'm in the wrong tool completely. I'm going to come here and... Where is it? Hang on a second. All right. I don't know. I was having some trouble there. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to grab this node and I'm going to say set to object height, and I'm going to do that. And then see if we can align these nodes up and have them be a good union of nodes. So we'll go into our multi-tool and do that. We'll select that, and then let's see if we can find another node here. Okay, let's back this off a little bit. Okay. Let's see if we can add a node in right there. Okay. And typically don't like to add nodes in, but I think in this situation it makes good sense. So we'll come here, we'll do that, and align those up like that. Perfect. So we do have some grade issues here. We'll come back and take a look at that in a second, but I'm going to go ahead and place our on-ramp right now. So for this, we'll come over here and have just a gentle curve up top here. And then we'll continue on and curve down like that. And then here we'll have a little bit more of a drastic curve. And we'll tie in about here. Actually, I think we can move this and tie it in. Oh, it won't let me grab the node. Okay, there we go. So we'll leave that there, and then we'll tie it into that node right there. So come here, do our union. Perfect, and then we'll adjust this here. That's the problem. I had it on marquee selection. I need to have it just on point selection. So we'll come in and do that, and then bend that a little bit, and that looks a little bit better. We'll come back and fiddle with this a little bit more, but on the whole, that's looking like an actual parclo. Looking pretty good. So over here, I don't think we are connected properly. At least it doesn't look that way. Let's go and adjust our object height. So we'll come in, select that, and then do this. Nope, did not take. Come in, select that, select object height, and then we'll bring it up to here. Or maybe not. Wonder if this is an extra node issue. And I think it might be. All right, yeah, I think this is an extra node that we don't need in there. Okay, that's looking much better. Much better. Okay. All right, so let's take a quick look at our slopes here for the ramp. So we'll just go there and we'll come up to here. And that is not the best. That is much better. 6.5, especially for a ramp where you're slowing down and making an intense curve like that. I think that's pretty good. Okay, so let's take a look at this side. All right, so let's come over here, grab the highway ramp, and then we'll, from a similar spot, we'll say here, start to deviate off the highway. And I am not liking this. It's not as intense of a curve as I would like it to be. We do have a ramp here, and I don't really want that to be the case. So I'm going to go in and fix this area and smooth it out a little bit. See if we can force it down. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. All right, so we have a connection issue here. Let's see if we can take care of that. Looks like we have an extra node in there somewhere. I find it's helpful in these situations to pull apart the nodes and then, because sometimes I just can't snap to them for whatever reason. And there we go. Then we'll move this back to get that nice gentle curve that we had before. Well, roughly speaking. Oh, look at this. We are having some issues. Look at that. Oh, that is hilarious. I don't think that is really realistic there. So I think what I'm going to do is go in and see if there's an extra node in here as well. Looks like there is, and we'll take care of that, and take care of that, perhaps. And then take care of that, maybe? No. I think I may have messed things up a little bit here. Let's go in and check this. A little bit more of a realistic connection. Sliding things around with the node controller here. It looks like it won't let me grab that. Okay. Have that little be more of a 90-degree angle. Same thing with that. Okay, that's looking way better. Okay. We still have a slope issue here, so let's see if we can take care of that. So I think what I might do is slope from here up to this way. And what I might do to just facilitate that a little bit more is drop down this node, and that's gonna mess everything up a little bit, but that'll be okay. We can work around it. So we'll go in, grab this, do that, bring it down a little bit more, like that. Okay. All right, so let's take a look. So we have that. Let's take a look at our node controller. Okay, so I think we have an extra node here that we don't need that is causing issues. Okay, perfect. Well, not perfect, but it'll definitely help us out. Let's take a look at the slopes on this. So go into Network Multi-Tool, select that, do that, come up to here. Yeah, negative 17.9, not good. 0, 0, 0. Wow, that was unexpected. But I'll take it. Realistically, you do want some slope. You don't want things to be 0, but I'm not going to fiddle with it right now. I think that's fine for this game, but in real life, you don't want a slope of 0. You want some sort of slope for shedding of water, even if it's a straight road. Otherwise, you'll have ponding, and that'll be very dangerous. So let's take a look while we're here at the slope from here up here and see if we can do something. Okay, positive 19% grade. Definitely not good, but this is what the game came with. So I think I might just like leave it for now. I don't want to fiddle with the grades too much, especially if this is going to function okay for our purposes. So I'll leave it like that, and we'll just have an intense hill climbing section here. I mean, after all, this is what was in the game, and this is not what I would have designed in real life. That's unrealistic. A 20% grade up a hill like that, especially for all these trucks, not ideal. Not ideal. So let's finish off the parclo, and then let's complete our oil industry today. So we'll come in and take this off at a 90, come around and hug this, and I might have to terraform here a little bit. Yeah, let's flatten this out, because that is pretty drastic. So I'll come in, grab that, and let's reduce our brush size so we're not just flattening tons of stuff here. Let's get rid of that. Actually, let's see if we can smooth out terrain, if that will help out. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. I think that's definitely the way to go. Now let's continue on with our last on-ramp. Okay, I think that's looking pretty good. This ramp is definitely a bit too long, and I think what I might do is just remove this node and back it up a little bit, and then play with our grades some. Okay, these grades are intense. Okay, yeah, that is not looking good. Okay, so we have a hump issue here. And I think that is about as good as I can get it with everything going on here. So all the vehicles are stopped because all the earth is moving and everything. So I'm gonna stop fiddling with this and just let that be good enough. And what is going on here? Interesting. It seems like we've lost our bridge pillars. I wonder if we could terraform this a little bit. I am not sure what's happening there. Anyway, I think we'll just leave that for now. Just have some blue columns or blue, I don't know, supports there. I don't know. That's really bizarre. Okay, let's get into actually doing the oil industry. So we painted our oil industry. Great. So let's go in and start adding some of the mainstay facilities. So one of the things we'll need right off the bat is an oil industry main building. So I'm going to place this I'm going to place it on this side of the road, like that. And that's going to unlock level 1 and everything for us, I believe. So let's go in and take a look. Oh, I think I may have messed up some of the game's functionality here in terms of milestone progression. I left on some mods earlier. I wonder if that did actually mess things up. Well, we're going to continue to build the oil industry today. It does show it as a level 1, but it does seem, I'm not sure what's unlocking all these different assets, but I'm going to pretend it's a level 1 facility for now and place a few of these small oil rigs. And we need to run water here. So I'm going to bring water here to the highway, and not really a good way to do this. I'm just going to run it along the highway. Let's see if we can run some transmission lines over to our oil industry. All right, so we have water and we have power. Let's make sure that clears, speed things up. And it's not like in the water connection, wherever that was. So let's, last mile connectivity did not happen. Okay. So let's come back and take a look. All right, so I think that's much, much better. And let's go in and take a look at the industry right now. So we're not producing anything. We're in the red, but we are leveling up slowly. We are getting some workers, and hopefully soon we'll start to see some production. We have 40 of 135 workers, and yeah, and let's see if we can come in and place one of the industries that would be with the level 1. I'm trying to remember which one it is. I really hate that I unlocked all these. I didn't want to do that, but anyway, I think I'm gonna place. I think it's petrochemical plant. No, I think it's this oil sludge pyrolysis plant. I think that's what it is. Oh, I did not select it. Let's go back in. Let's take a look at what is happening here. Looks like we're producing some oil. That's good. And we need a storage facility. We'll place one of these small crude oil tank farms. We'll set this to balanced, and that's working. And that has completed our trifecta. So we are producing oil, sending it over here to be stored, and then we're also processing it in our oil sludge pyrolysis plant. So there we go. We are starting to produce some petroleum, and we're almost, well, we've gone to level 1, and we're turning a profit. Great. And let's take a look at our highway interchange, make sure everything is functioning. I'm gonna let this run for a minute. Things seem to be working out well with that. I want to go into TMPE and make sure some of our lane decision making is being considered properly. So we'll go in just like that and Control S. Come over here, do the same thing. For whatever reason, this one wasn't working. I had to go in and manually set it. So let's try this one. This one also is not working. So I'm going to just do that. Okay, and that's looking better. And let's go make sure everything is good on this side. And when we did that, it changed our lane markings there, which is really great. So I like that a lot. So that should be good. Let's take a look at the junction controls. So we'll allow this to pass through, this to pass through, this to pass through. I'll go in and make all these changes real quick. And before we leave the interchange, let's go in and change our junctions. We want this to be a yield control, and I don't think we need anything here. And same thing here, we'll do a yield control for this off-ramp as well. Okay, great. All right, so that's looking good. Let's take a look at our oil industry again. So we are mainly exporting right now, and we are doing pretty good with that. We already have a profit of almost $2,500. That's great. So I don't know what happened with our previous episode in terms of like the budget at the end being such in the negative. I don't really understand that, but it seems that everything is working out fine now. I say that and it looked like it was about to dip back down below, but I think that we're going to leave things here for today, and let's take a look back over here at town. We do have a few abandonments in our commercial, and I think some of that, we have a power issue. I see. Okay. I might see if I can just place another windmill over here and see if that will remedy our situation for now. Yep, and that'll clear things up. Maybe that was what was causing some of the abandonment, but I'm not sure. And really quickly, we forgot to paint a pedestrian area for this location. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, I think that looks good. And hopefully this will resolve itself here soon. And one thing we do need before we leave today is to add in the small pedestrian area service point. So hopefully that will help knock out some of these issues with the not in pedestrian area. Or maybe what I'll do is the district, it's overlaying there. It's not overlaying there. We'll bring it a touch over that way. See if that helps. I don't know why this one is still struggling. And I don't really understand that either, because this is just a road, like White Street. We really need a different name for White Street. So please leave a comment down below if you have a different name for White Street. But maybe our pedestrian area is like just not touching that. There we go. I don't know what, it looked like it was touching there. So very bizarre, very bizarre. And Middle Mall, definitely don't think this is a good name for that, but it is providing happiness, which is good. And yeah, so with that, I think we're going to call the episode here today. And so we had a pretty successful episode where we made this parclo interchange, partial cloverleaf interchange. We started a brand new oil industry, and we fixed a few things here in town, here and there. So if you enjoyed the video, please leave a comment down below, and also hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe. That will really, really help me out. So until the next one, we'll see you then. All right, bye.